heading into our third climate community of practice session. And this is a module that you will absolutely and cannot afford to miss. So we'll be exploring the critical intersection of energy, climate, and water resources, three pillars that are shaping the future of sustainability and climate action in our communities. And today's experts and our guest speakers are two very incredible and exciting women that are championing very, very informative and lucrative resourcing in the energy sector. And I will be introducing them in a minute. But I do hope as we set out that we look in deeply. Our first guest is Barbra Nantongo. She's a Ugandan and a clean energy advocate, transforming waste into smokeless briquettes and improved cooking solutions. She's going to explore how clean cooking can reduce pressure on forests, improve household health, lower emissions, and create income opportunities for women. I take the opportunity to welcome Barbra. Barbra, please do take the floor and enlighten us.
I think I have a lot to share, but I'll say I'm glad to be here once again. Sorry for that. My name is Nantongo Barbra Jane, and I'm the founder of Smart Kitchen Solutions, where we do provide clean cooking solutions through recycling waste into clean energy. I wear a lot of umbrellas. Apart from Smart Kitchen Solutions, also I'm a business consultant at Social Innovation Academy, Acceleration, and also I sit at the Youth Council of the Social Impact Awards International, and also as well currently serve as an ambassador. There is a program SIBC East Africa under the France government. So, but in line with our cause that we are talking about today, I'm going to focus more about Smart Kitchen Solution, the work that I totally understand, that I started from scratch. And I would say for Smart Kitchen Solutions, why I started in everything, why Smart Kitchen Solutions. Personally, I grew up, I believe most people can relate to, I grew up in a family where we used charcoal and firewood for cooking. That is from Masaka. And then that is central Uganda for Josephine, who is not from Uganda. And during COVID-19 pandemic, it hit us differently in a way that we were spending more than a quarter of our daily income on charcoal. That made my mother to reduce meals from 3 to 1. And in the same year, I lost my auntie due to carbon monoxide poisoning from unsafe cooking methods. So according to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, around 30,000 die annually due to indoor air pollution. If you have never lost someone, you may think that it's not real, but yes, things are happening on ground. And also in Uganda currently, the percentage is around 90% that use polluting fuels, that is just charcoal, firewood for cooking, which leads to deforestation. And while burning these fuels, they produce smoke, which predisposes mostly the women and children that are involved in cooking meals for their families to respiratory diseases in the long run. That's to say lung cancer, then asthma in the long run. And currently, you can correct me if I'm wrong, the charcoal prices are so high. And a sack is around 95,000 Ugandan shillings to either 150, a big sack. And then when you go to the villages, charcoal, I would say, sorry, firewood. I remember when we had an introduction for my sister, we were trying to look for, a firewood back then. That was around 2022. And like we got firewood from another village. We failed to get firewood within the community where we were staying in, and everyone, oh, firewood, firewood. And recently, when we went for training in Kamuli, the lady just deep in Kamoli. I was like, okay, why are they so interested in learning how to make briquettes? And then they're like, oh, we grow sugar canes, and now we have cut most of our trees. We no longer have firewood for cooking. And I'm imagining in the next 5 years to 10 years from now, how will it look like? I would like to ask most of you, what is, like, I think most of you are students, like, what is the kind of fuel do you use to cook your meal? Is it gas? Is it electricity or EPC? Is it charcoal? Is it firewood? You can just respond in the chat room. Just write which kind of fuel do you use at home, either in your hostel, what do you use at your home, where you come from, in your village, what do you use? Oh, gas. Okay, that's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. Gas, I say the biggest percentage gas. I'm glad that you guys know about APCs. Okay. Firewood, yes. Thank you for being honest, Daniel. Yes, gas and charcoal, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. And I'll say currently, oh, charcoal and firewood, yes. Gumisi Desire, thank you. Thank you. I don't know, how many Daniels do we have in this call? Okay. Thank you. Thank you guys for the response. And has anyone ever experienced smoke while cooking? Just give me a thumbs up or an emoji. Has anyone ever experienced smoke? Okay. Akelo, is it okay you can share your experience? How was it?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. My fellow Christians. So me, I have some serious allergy to dust and to film. So each and every time I cook, I sneeze. So I also have some allergies in the eyes. So each and every time I use the smoke from charcoal, I get some small itchings around the eyes. So yeah, I try my very best to stay away from charcoal and smoke.
Okay, thank you. I've seen one person here just who uses briquettes. Wow, that's good. And I'm glad that NREP and the Ministry of Energy that really have done a great job in creating awareness of the different technologies. And as Smart Kitchen Solutions, where we come in, we do recycle agriculture waste specifically. The journey has been long. I'll come there. And we recycle agriculture waste, that is specifically maize cobs, coffee husks, and then rice husks. And then also we add in a component. Where I am, we operating in PG Town. It's not very far from Kasanji. So we add in a component of water hyphen, mostly to ease the lighting and also to have those flames compared to charcoal. So we recycle that into, I would say, into eco-friendly briquettes of different shapes. As you can see, I don't know if you can see that PowerPoint. On my end, I can't see it. We have the honeycomb, the stick briquettes. Some of you have seen of these things. It's not that it's us who have done this thing. We are the first people who have done this. But in this, when we first innovated, we started from scratch, from zero. And my journey started at its Social Innovation Academy, where I started, discovering myself, my purpose. And in this, the first idea we had was to, to make ethanol from water hyphen. But then in through making research, we realized it requires a big investment to really start. And at that moment, we didn't have any capital. And that's how we lowered to making briquettes. But through back and forth, understanding the market, making research, not only online. I believe most of you rely online, but if you think of maybe starting a venture or doing advocacy or whatever that you want to start, make sure that also you go on ground and make research to understand, because these are the people that are going to pay for your product, that are going to pay for your service. You're not going to use your service by yourself or your product by yourself. Not that you have seen Daniel is doing something and then, oh, let me start. Ugandans or Africans, we have that tendency of the other one, it is working. It is working. And Daniel, I've seen you. Hello?
Yes,
Oh,
Barbara.
sorry. Oh, sorry. I saw your comment showing that I should share my PowerPoint. Okay. It was stuck on one thing. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you for that. I think today technology has not been friendly to me. So now, through the continuous understanding the market and also getting to know, giving us a clear picture what kind of solution they really want. So this made us to, okay, and also we realized there is waste in the community. But at that moment, we started with mostly the organic waste, that is the banana peelings. But then the continuous refining of the product, we transited away from that. And now it led us to understand that, yes, briquettes can really serve the market, but also understanding the other people that are producing briquettes. What is the gap? Why are people not adopting the briquettes? Why, even me personally, through entering into this space, I didn't know about briquettes. So why? So we kept on asking the why along the way. And it gave us a clear, like, where can we penetrate? What is the gap that we can leverage on for us to penetrate in the market? So currently, we are serving low and middle income households and small businesses. That is the food vendors, mostly the chapat guys that I believe some of you enjoy Rolex. Then we have restaurants, poultry farmers. We have farms that we do serve, and also household. But we started with households, but then with time, as we grew and we expanded in the markets through doing demonstrations in market days, and then also going to the different women groups, creating awareness. Like, we had to do that. You must awareness to see how best we can penetrate in the market, giving out more samples, like, to also improve on the product, because if the briquettes are not good, trust me, still people can't adopt. And also working around with mindset change. So now we find that we have the side of the people that we target. Some of them are not concerned about the environment, though a few that when you travel or in a big audience, you hear some are concerned. When we meet the farmer groups, some of them, yes, they are concerned, be like, oh, the weather changes, what happened? I think the continuous cutting down of the trees has caused this. And then now, oh, we don't have firewood, what shall we use? And then also there is a mindset that a bias, oh, gas does this, or maybe gas, when I cook my matoke, it's not going to have the same aroma. When I cook my taco using gas, it's not going to have the same aroma when I use charcoal or firewood. So we have a lot of cultural norms that we are dealing with in the space of clean. Okay. Yes. Okay, I don't have much slides. The last slide is just a thank you. So I just wanted to, so that people listen to me more, not just to read the slides. So, but let me hope I'm audible. You can give me hands up if I'm audible. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So you find that in the sector of clean energy, mostly clean cooking, that's where I understand the different technologies. We are dealing with a lot of culture norms, a lot of mindset change, a lot of like, there is a gap of advocating, and how I wish out of the students that someone can come up with a venture mostly to advocate, to create awareness, to educate um, people, different target markets, even the institutional, how they can adopt, giving them that transitional, that if you adopt this, I know it's very expensive, and also we are fighting, like we are on that mission. But so far, we are not bad off the way we started, because it took us, we started Smart Kitchen Solutions around June 2021, and it took us around fully operation. We started in 2022, and it took us around 1.5 years to really penetrate in the market. So it took us a lot of patience, but also understanding why did we start this with my team. So so Smart Kitchen, we do a lot of things, more community awareness, more we do also train on sustainable cooking practices beyond what we provide, beyond the briquettes. So recently, last year, we ventured into cook stoves, which also we are still refining, prototyping, because now for the briquettes, they are even already certified by the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, knowing the kind of, if it is emission, what kind of emission, and also to know how much are we really saving if one person uses 1 kilogram of briquettes, how much are they saving towards when it comes to environment? Because now, other side of the climate action advocates, that how much are they really saving when it comes to the trees? How many kilograms, if someone adopts, maybe we supply 1,000 kilograms of briquettes out, how does it look like? How many trees are we really saving? So in that sense, now we are keeping on refining, like how best can we really serve the market? How best can we, ensure that everyone is able to cook in harmony with nature? That yes, I'm cooking, I'm having a good meal, but then I'm not destroying the environment. So Smart Kitchen Solution, in the nutshell, that's what we do. And currently we have so far served more than 12,000 households and also small businesses. And we are transiting away from business to customers to business to business. So we have outlets. There are 3 that all of them are along Massacre Road. Also soon we are going to open along Entebbe Road, and also working closely with women that are selling glossaries, because at the end, ensuring accessibility. We find that all these innovations, we have also the gap of accessibility. But then how can we ensure, yes, we have the innovations, we have the cause, we know what we are doing towards the environment, but also how can we intentionally ensure that, yes, people are adopting, that in 5 years or 10 years from now, we can see that change. Me and my team, or Smart Kitchen, and also other ventures, that we are seeing a change. People are adopting solar, yes, solar, but mostly for lighting. If you go in villages, it's mostly for lighting. But the biggest percentage, 95% in rural areas, are using firewood. Even people that are having fences, they're using firewood. Yes. But then, yet we have better technologies beyond briquettes. beyond the stoves, we have EPCs. Some of you have said you use gas. We have different brands. We are also currently having a stove that is using used oil from cars. In case you have a car, or at home they have a car, that is a stove they can buy. And when they are going to maybe what do they call that, mostly to reservice their cars, they can just keep that oil, so that maybe if it is using whatever they want to use at home. But also there is a gap. We have someone who innovated that. They've not tested the technology, like how does it impact the end user. Does it have any implications? But at the end of the day, what I'm bringing is, or what I'm trying to say, that when it comes to clean cooking, it's mostly smart kitchen solutions. We are community centered, ensuring that we involve the community even in the whole value chain, starting from the collection of raw materials, coming to the production, coming to the distribution, like to ensure that yes, we have that ecosystem, that even we have the circular economy. Yes, after the production, yes, we have recycled these materials, we have produced briquettes. Then after the briquettes, there is ash that is being produced. What happens? Then the ash, which we have tested, it's a good fertilizer or a pesticide that currently people are really taking. Or we have not monetized it, but we really educate those that are having farms, that are not having, we collect and then we just give out for now. But then ensuring that we have zero waste in our circular economy, to ensure that we minimize waste. Now, for example, the stoves that we use the metal waste to make them, then those small particles, what can we use? That is something that we are still digging deep. And then also transportation, what can we do? Like, yes, we are having a tricycle, it is transporting, but then with time, can we think of either minimizing the routes, so that also we reduce on the emissions? So to ensure that we have a green business, not just the solution you are providing, not only recycling the waste, but also intentionally having a model that is also impacting the environment, intentionally impacting the people, and keeping on remaining. And this led to the development of smart kitchen AI, where people, it is still under development, where people get to know, how much am I saving if I use this kind of fuel? Also getting to know, okay, a kind reminder like, oh, your fuel is yet to get done. I know people that use gas have this challenge of the gas, just you go home, it is done, yet it finds you when you already have a meal on your gas cooker, and you have no alert, no words. And then to ensure that yes, how much or indoor air pollution or emissions have been saved, like to have a real traction. That is also currently something that we are currently building. But one thing leads to another, one thing leads to another. So there are a lot of things that we are doing, and also not we are doing, and also other key players that are into the clean cooking sector. You find that also there is someone who is recycling organic waste into gas. So it's more like a biogas system, but then they package. There is in the process, that how the process is, there is a process that is missed. Then they package this gas into small cylinders, and then they send it out. So I believe clean cooking sector has a huge impact, has huge impact towards healthier homes, healthier communities, ensure proper waste management, ensure that that we protect what we have currently. Yes, we do tree planting, but then how can we ensure that yes, we protect? Because you find these trees that were in Mabida forest, it takes them years and years for them to be able to grow or to look the way they look like. But I'm not an expert in forestry, but I believe there are people that are here understand that kind of language. But how best can we ensure that we have a regenerative system in our homes? If yes, we are planting trees, maybe let's plant also fruit trees, that we have food, we have fruits, but yet also it's there. It's something that I can earn income from, and then I'm able to, to cook in harmony. So at the end, we have a huge opportunity, mostly in Uganda, something that we have not discovered. We have a lot of innovations that we can do. We have a lot of raw materials that we can make a lot of wonderful things that can impact our people, impact our homes, impact even businesses, institutional, because most people target all households, but then what about the institutions? Because they cook even in large quantities, hotels, companies, factories that are recycling. So, because now there is a company that we are supplying that is along Mitiana Road, they're roasting fish. So how best can we ensure? So basically, I would say all of us, we can do this, not only Barbara. And I believe together we can change Uganda. Together we can create the impact. Together we can protect what we have currently, so that we can ensure climate action in the future. Thank you so much.